Hey guys, how's it going? Danilo here from King Realty. We are coming at you with the monthly stats for April 2024. So very interesting April that we've had so far. I think the biggest change that we've had compared to February, March is the fact that we have so many listings on the market now, guys. We actually added about 5,500 new listings, 5,500 new listings onto the marketplace just between 1 month, and that has changed things quite a bit. Our months of inventory, which lets us know if we're in a buyer's market, balanced market, and a seller's market, changed substantially, kind of moving a little bit closer to that balanced market because we just have so many different options available for clients. I would say that that's higher on the condo side. Low rise, depending on where you are, it's still pretty tight, meaning that the inventory in certain communities might still be low, and we still are seeing multiple offers happening, even though we do have more listings available for all different property types. Having said that, even our average sales, our actual sales are up as well. So more active listings on the market compared to the sales, but we are also selling more properties. So things are moving, guys, and I would say that you just have more options as a buyer at this point in time. So guys, I'm gonna pull up a chart that we usually show you. It's our average price over time. This new chart though, it does also show the Bank of Canada rate. Obviously nothing has changed so far. I believe our next date here is in June, June 10th if I'm not mistaken. We're not there yet, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen when it comes to our rate. We actually do have about a 3% increase in average price month over month from March into April, and this is what it's looking like right now. So yes, our prices have gone up quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't say quite a bit, but they've gone up, significantly enough that you see it here even represented in the chart, even though we do have more listings on the market. So it's very interesting to see how the average price and how the market is reacting to the changes in our marketplace. I think because the news of the rates coming down in the future is probably getting people to jump back into the market. I think what people are kind of thinking, and honestly, I don't disagree, is that if we do have rates decrease in the next few months, it could cause more buyers to jump in the marketplace. What does that mean for you as a buyer? It means you might be in more competition. I don't know if it's going to impact the price that much, but I think for low-rise homes, like detached semis, towns, it may. For condos, I don't know. We may actually be pretty steady just because there's so much inventory. Even if we do have a decrease in interest rate, I'm not sure if it's going to materially make a big difference with the price on condos. Okay, moving on, guys, let's take a look at another chart that I wanted to show you. It's month over month stats. Let's pull it up right now, and we're focusing more in on 2024. Let's take a look towards the end here. You notice that what I said, right? Look, we had about 12,500 give or take active listings in the month of March. Now we're up to just over 18,000. So guys, give or take about 5,500 new listings on the marketplace. Having said that, you see at the top here, number of sales. You also see that we've had 7,114 sales, which is more sales than we had last month. And so, yes, we're still selling these properties, although active listings has obviously ticked up quite a bit more than the sales have. If we're looking at months of inventory, which is the third line down, we've jumped up from that 1.98, 1.9. We're at 2.54 months of inventory. We're just above that seller's market, moving closer to the balanced market, but it really just depends on what type of property we're talking about. And we're going to flip to another chart to pinpoint what it looks like depending on the property that you own or the property type that you may be interested in. Okay, let's flip over to our month over month changes. This chart is something that I'm keeping track of on a month-to-month basis, just so I have an idea of what's going on in the marketplace and I can report back to you guys. So let's focus in on the first few columns here. We're looking at obviously detached homes, semis, townhomes, and condos. You see that we do have quite a bit of active listings, but the third column, it talks about the change from March. So guys, look, we have a 35% increase in detached active listings. We have an 88% increase in semi-detached properties on the marketplace. We almost doubled up on inventory for semi-detaches over 1 month. 38% increase in townhouses and about a 20% increase for the condos. Condos already had a lot of inventory, so just the fact that we were bumping up another 20%, that's actually pretty interesting to me. Moving on to the next column here, we're looking at our sales month over month, and this sales also jumped up as well. So, yes, we're under double digits, but at the same time, still significant increase in sales from 1 month to the next. April is like a spring month, and April, May, usually we do have pretty good activity. So I'm not surprised that we have more sales, but it's the inventory. We're jumping up in inventory pretty much in all different property types, which is very interesting. We'll go down a couple more columns. Months of inventory is something I wanted to kind of focus on. You see that detached homes, they're popping up to that 2.4 months of inventory. Technically speaking, still kind of a seller's market depending on where you are. But at the same time, depending on where you are, you might still be running into multiple offers. And in maybe other places, not so much. Okay. Now, the other guys are still semi-detaches and townhouses are still in seller's market territory, believe it or not. And when we look at condos, we're just under 4 months of inventory, 3.5 months of inventory to be specific. We're closer to the balanced market, and depending where you are in the city, guys, there is a lot of inventory of condos. So yes, I mean, those are still in the marketplace, still deals available there for you guys as well. Last column, guys, all the way towards the end here is our average price. So I did mention this before, we do have a 3% increase from last month. Which is, still something, we went up in price from March to April. Last thing we want to take a look at, guys, is our year-over-year changes, because we take a look at that every single time as well. So on a year-over-year change, our sales have actually gone down. Not much, right? It's about a 5% difference in sales. We had more sales last year in the same month of April. Compared to this month. That's all that means. We do have a lot more inventory though, guys. Look, our new inventory is almost at 50% more than last year, and our active listings are at 75% almost, just under 75% more than last year, which is a pretty significant number. Our average price did go up, but really not by much. It's literally almost the same, despite all that inventory increase for sure. So another thing I'm noticing is this on our chart here is our days on the market. It's actually, in my opinion, kind of going down compared to previous months, but we are under a month in on the market typically for pretty much any type of property. If you're in a condo, it could be a little bit over a month depending on how you're marketing the property. I think that makes the biggest difference right now when you're up as a seller, is that you need to make sure that you don't skimp out on your marketing. We always go top tier on our marketing. We want to make sure our properties look beautiful. If you're getting this video, then you're also getting our coming soon content. You're getting our information of our just listed properties. So you do see that we really transform our properties into something beautiful. And that makes a big difference. Like the 2 or 3 condos that we sold over the last few months, we were able to sell those guys under a month, in some cases under 2 weeks. And even though some of the inventory that was on the market against us, that's competition, it's still on the market right now. Like legit, they're still haven't sold. And we've already moved our properties because of the fact that we did that extra step. And I think you can't skip out that, on that as a seller. And as a buyer, it's been the same story over the last year. Guys, you just need to do your math. Go to your Mortgage Pro. Take a look at what the budget is on a month-to-month basis for yourself for housing. And you got to make sure you just stay within that. Obviously, the interest rate is still on the high side. However, it has come down on the fixed rate side. You might even be able to get a rate in the mid 5s or to high 5s for fixed, but variable is still 6%, 7%. I mean, we're still pretty up there. So depending on what you're buying, I mean, it could be pricey on a monthly basis, but that relief is coming in the possibly next few months, if not in the next few years, where we're gonna have a little bit of a better rate to deal with. So if you do buy a property today for maybe, let's say, a better price, what may happen in the future is that you're gonna have a lower price point, a lower expense for housing, because the interest rate could go down. And the other thing that could happen as well is that you may have an increase in value because of that same reason. More buyers are going to jump into the market because their purchasing power is going to go up as rates go down, and they're going to jump in and scoop up some of these properties that they may not be trying to get into at the moment. So opportunities out there for everybody. Everything is different depending on where you're looking, what position you're in, if you're a buyer, if you're a seller. But of course, we're here to provide that guidance, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so much free information out there. You're getting, info from the news. You may know 1 or 2 or 3 other agents, because who doesn't? And you're probably getting all this info from all different directions. We are pretty fact-based here. We go off of, yes, a bit of feeling because we're in the marketplace with buyers and sellers currently. But at the same time, we look at these numbers. This is all fact, this is all numbers based. And I think we provide our clients guidance from both things. That way, we're able to kind of guide you as best as possible to make one of the biggest decisions in your life. And so we do understand that. And we've been in business for such a long time that we know and we're sensitive to that fact as well. Okay, we're able to help you out regardless of the situation. Okay. Now, before we go, guys, just a quick plug. I've formally now opened King Property Management and Contracting. So it's something that I've kind of been brewing quietly for the last maybe year or so. Handful of clients, just from people who have been with me for a little while now, helping them buying investment properties. Really locked down to the GTA area, but I just want to give you an idea of some of our pricing. If you do own a condo, we're typically charging 6% of gross rent, or $150, whatever is higher. And for housing, low rise, detached semis, town, we're at 8% of gross rent. Pretty competitive, I would say. We're full service. So if you're in a situation where you don't want to deal with tenants, you don't want to, pick up the phone for maintenance and repairs, we're able to handle all that sort of stuff for you. At the end of the year, we'll give you a tax receipt as well with all the income and expenses of your investment property, so you can send to your tax person. And we're here to help you out. If you have issues with your tenants, we're able to refer you to people who can help you out with that sort of stuff if that exists. And if you're having issues right now, we can try to provide some guidance. The other thing that's really important is we have a pretty competitive advantage. You know, myself, I'm always doing renovations on flip properties that I buy and sell. And so we do have a really good team. If you guys want to maximize your investment property, you feel like you're not getting enough out of it, especially if it's like a house or a semi or something like that, we can take a look. Let's see if we can add some rooms. Let's see if we can make a legal basement. Do you have a lot size to do a garden suite in the back so you can have 3 units or 2 units instead of just 1? All those things are going to maximize your ROI, guys, and it's something that we're now able to provide to you as well. Okay, and just so you know, not a solo guy here. Obviously, we do have a team in the background. We have admins. You know, we have tools that we use so that we're able to kind of handle all this sort of stuff for you guys going forward. Okay, again, guys, Danilo from King Realty. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon on the next one.